Picture a guy with more money than he knows what to do with. Big number in the bank, nice car outside. He hit the exact goal that everyone told him to chase. And he's still sitting on the edge of his bed at 2 a.m. His room's looking like a tornado went through it. And he's feeling completely empty, feeling like a loser. And he can't figure out why, because he did the one thing that was supposed to fix everything. But the truth is, you've been sold a lie your entire life. You've been told money is the finish line, that once you get rich, the depression lifts, the confidence show up, and your whole life just clicks. So you grind for it, you obsess over it, you tie your entire self-worth to a number. But here's what nobody tells you. Money doesn't fix your life. It just amplifies whatever your life already is. If you're disciplined and healthy and you've got real people around you, money makes that better. But if you're a mess, money just turns you into a richer mess. Because money is one pillar, one singular pillar holding up the roof of a good life. And you can pour everything you have into making that one pillar as thick as humanly possible. But if the other three are rotting, then the roof is still gonna cave in on you. So you're just standing under the rubble holding a stack of cash. So let's talk about the other three, because this is where it actually matters. The first one is your body. You can be a millionaire, but if you're out of shape, you wake up every single morning in a body that you don't want to be in. And money cannot buy you out of that feeling. You look in the mirror and your bank account doesn't say a word. You feel slow, you feel tired, you feel weak. And no amount of money changes the fact that you're uncomfortable and the one thing you can never leave, your own skin. The gym was never about looking good for other people. It's about being able to look at yourself without flinching. And that's something you earn with reps, not something you buy. A broke guy who trains every single day walks taller than a rich guy who hasn't seen the gym in years. The second pillar is your space, your room, the place you actually live. You can make all the money in the world, but if you're sitting in a trashy room with clothes all over the floor and a desk buried in junk and a setup that makes you feel like gross to even sit at, that money is never going to do anything to your real day-to-day life. Your environment is a mirror of your mind. A chaotic room almost always means a chaotic head. You can't think clearly, you can't lock in, you can't feel proud of where you are when you are a disaster. And here's the crazy part. This pillar is basically free. It costs you nothing but the discipline to clean up after yourself and actually care about the space you spend your whole life in. A clean room won't fix everything, but a dirty one quietly drags everything down. The third pillar is definitely your people. And this is the one money is the most useless against. You can be completely rich and also completely alone. Full bank account, zero friends, nobody who actually knows you. Nobody you can call when it's bad. Nobody who would care if the money vanished tomorrow. And that is genuinely one of the loneliest feelings a person can have. We were not built to win alone. You can book the nicest restaurant in the city and have nobody to sit across from you. Real friends, people who push you, people who match your ambition, people who knew you before any of it, you can't buy that. You build it slowly with actual time and actual loyalty. And the guy with 3 real ones is richer than the guy with 1,000 fake ones and a private jet. Now let's talk about the fourth pillar. The fourth pillar holds up all the others, and that's called discipline. Because here's the thing that nobody wants to hear. Every single problem I just listed comes back to this one. If you're out of shape, you need discipline. If you have a trashy room, you need discipline. Drifting through real life with no direction, you need discipline. Money can be a fluke. You can get lucky, catch a wave, stumble into a check, but discipline is the one thing that builds the whole structure on purpose. It's what makes you train when you're tired, clean when you'd rather not, show up for people when disappearing is easier. Without it, even if money comes, you'll lose it, or you'll keep it all and still feel like nothing. Discipline is really the foundation all 4 pillars stand on. If you have no foundation, it doesn't matter how much you stack on top. it's all gonna come down. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that money doesn't matter because that's a lie too. And it's usually broke people who say it to feel better about being broke. Because money does matter, money is freedom, money is options, and money buys your time back. And being broke is its own kind of misery that I'm not gonna romanticize about. So this isn't me telling you to not want it, but to chase it, because I do. But don't chase it thinking that it's the whole game, because it's one pillar out of 4. And the people who only chase that one end up exactly like the guy on the edge of the bed at 2 a.m. And I know this because I bet on myself early. I dropped out of the normal path to go build things. And when you do that, money turns into the scoreboard you stare at every single day. It's so easy to start thinking the number is the only thing that's real. And I have watched what happens to people who get the number and nothing else. They get the exact thing they were chasing for, and they're still empty. Because they let the 3 pillars rot while they obsessed over the one. The money showed up and it didn't save them. It was never going to be the thing that did. So here's what you actually want to do. Stop measuring your whole life with one ruler. Tonight, look at the 4 pillars honestly. Your body, your space, your people, your discipline. Not your bank account. Be brutally honest about which ones are strong and which ones are rotting. Because deep down you already know. You knew before I even said it. Then go fix the cheapest one first, because the cheap ones are usually free. Clean your room tonight. It costs you nothing, and it's the fastest proof to yourself that you can change something with your own 2 hands. Picture that same guy again, 5 years from now, except this time he's built all 4 pillars. He's in a body he's proud of. He walks into a clean space that's actually his and makes him want to work. He's got real people around him who would ride for him with or without the money. And he's got the discipline that built every bit of it on purpose. Now put the money on top of it. Now it actually means something because it's landing on a life that was already standing on its own. That's the whole difference. A rich life and a full life are not the same thing. And nobody is going to tell you that until it's too late. The money was supposed to be the reward for building a life worth living. It was never supposed to be the life. So go build those other 3 pillars first, then go get rich. In that exact order.